Hey everybody!
Hey!
This is Knitistry Knerds Knitting Podcast, episode 27. I'm Katie.
I'm Michele.
And we are science teachers in the upstate of South Carolina. That's usually our spiel, right?
That's our spiel.
Yeah.
That's pretty much. Y'all, it's only been a week. It's been 1 week. Instead of being 3 or extra, we got it shorter this time. So it's only been 1 week. But we have so much to tell you about that we figured we might as well go ahead and get her done.
Yes.
Plus, somebody's finished with a 4.0. Yay, Katie!
Oh, you have no idea how glad I am. I don't have to write any more papers. I hate writing papers. So, but yeah, I'm done. Zach keeps asking me if I'm going to go for my doctorate. It's not worth it. I don't know.
It's too soon to even think about it right now.
And even after it's not too soon.
I'm not sure if it's worth it. But you're young enough that you would have a lot of years of payback.
Yes.
It's not worth it when you're my age, but
the time and the right. I don't want to write a research paper that's 100 to 400 pages long. I'm good.
I wouldn't want to either. No, not about education anyway.
No, I don't have enough to say.
Not write about you knitting, but you know.
No, I don't think I can do that. I don't think
I can do this.
Yeah, so we've had a week of school. And
This is Wednesday. Like when we recorded last week on Wednesday, and we were so tired, and I had just come off a migraine. Start of school was rough. This week has not been bad.
No.
We're starting to get in the rhythm of things. The kids are in the rhythm, and so it's not been nearly as much. The kids have been really good, actually. I've had great. My kids have been great. She's fussing about her hair.
It's just driving me insane. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know it shouldn't, but it does, and I'm trying not to look at it. The kids have been great. I'm not as tired this week. I feel like we're better. I'm still tired, just not as tired. Zach went to bed at like 8 o'clock last night. Yeah. I'm gonna have to let Chewy in, guys. He's scratching.
I put all the animals out. I had to kick the tailless wonder out the door. Literally. I mean, with my foot up his butt, trying to get him out the door because he didn't want to go out. And now the dog is decided he wants back in. It's because Katie's here. He loves Katie.
No.
And he thinks Katie should give him treats every time he moves. But, Oh, and there's a new kitten in the garage.
There is a new kitten. She's beautiful.
She is really pretty. She's gray and white, and her whole bottom lip and her chin back to where her neck starts is gray.
It's a little triangle.
And the rest of her face is white. She has a triangle. So Katie's like, we should name her Pythagorean.
There we go. That's a good triangle. Pythagorean.
We should name her Pythagorean.
I don't think it's a right triangle, but still.
No, Pythagorean's just... Actually, you're right. It's not any triangle. It's only a right triangle. Yeah. That's true. Call it cosine, for the law of cosines, which works with any triangle.
Tangent. A tangent would be good because that's so many meanings.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because especially at my house, everybody goes off on tangents.
Speaking of names,
tangents.
These are our mascots. This is Earl the Erlenmeyer.
And Rhonda the Round Bottom is the purple one.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry. They're knitted. For those of you who are new and haven't seen them up close.
Maybe we should too. We haven't done that in a while.
No, they're actually knitted.
There's
Earl. The Erlenmeyer.
He's overreacting.
He does that on a regular basis.
Yes, he does.
He does.
And cute little Rhonda.
And then Rhonda is more round. She's supposed to be a round bottom.
She got a smaller little base on her. Ooh, I just squished her weird, didn't I?
Yeah, well, she's got weird stuffing. I think the cat got to that one, and yeah,
she's good.
She's good though.
Rhonda.
So there's Rhonda. They sit back there and keep an eye on things.
I do.
Somebody has to.
Yeah. With us?
Sorry, we seem to be on a little ditzy today.
I think so.
I am anyway.
No, I think it's both of us.
Which is pretty normal. Again, it's Wednesday, and we just had an hour-long faculty meeting / department meeting.
Yeah, but it was a good meeting. I think we got a lot done.
It was a good meeting. We did. I kept John from going ballistic, and we had a good meeting.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's doing.
What?
Oh, I was like, everything's all tangled. I was going to try and knit while we were talking, but I give up. I give up.
Just.
We don't know where to start.
Let's start with what we did this weekend. I guess we can talk about that, right?
Yes.
So, we went to the Southern Comfort Fiber Market.
Yay!
This Saturday. We drove all the way to Charlotte, Saturday morning, and we hung out.
It was like 2-hour drive.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad though. The way back, it was so rainy. It was actually kind of bad. But we just went slow. It was
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Traffic.
Katie drove my car,
yep.
But nobody wants me to drive anymore.
It doesn't bother me. It bothers everybody else, I guess.
Yeah, well, her husband specifically doesn't want her to ride with me. Just because I turned in front of a car when he was in the back seat. And he now thinks just one time. And nobody got hurt. The horns got honked, but nobody. It was honked.
Yeah, that was it. But yeah, so we drove up and we made several stops, met new friends. We'll talk about our acquisitions just here in a second.
It was so much fun. I know I have the y'all, there's so much stuff I can't even see straight. Where's the piece of paper?
What piece of paper?
You know, the one that has the map.
It should be in that bag.
Oh no. Excuse me.
Or it was before.
As I go head first into my acquisition.
Sorry, Rachel. It's crinkly.
I know Rachel hates it when it crinkles. Okay, wait.
There it is.
Here it is. Ta-da! There, so we can talk about
all the different things.
All the different places. Okay, so we walked in, they had this handy dandy little, I thought this was a great thing because it gives all the vendors their email addresses and everything. And then in the middle, you get a map of all of their locations, a map of the venue. And on the back, it gives you a page to put your show notes. So you can make any notes you want to about, you want to remember who had what or who you want to contact or go see again.
Patterns you saw, patterns that you liked.
Numbers of people you meet, names and numbers of people you meet, all kinds of things. It was really, really a nice show. It was a very, very nice show. And
we felt a little famous.
Oh, that was so funny. We walked in and paid our entrance fee, the $5 entrance fee, or Katie paid for us to go in. And the woman taking the money looked at me. She goes, "Y'all, the Knitistry Nerds are here." And we just freaked out.
Oh, I was so happy.
That was so funny. It was really it was kind of fun. And we were wearing our matching I Knit Periodically t-shirts that we got at Amazon.
We met several people just because they liked our shirts. So we talked to a lot of people. Yeah. We were able to pick up a few more followers. So
if you're watching this and you met us at the show, hi.
We're so glad you joined us in our quest for nerdery.
Nerdery. But that was fun. It was so neat to see everybody, see all those people, and it was weird. It was weird.
Michele hasn't really been noticed by strangers yet. When we've done a show.
Yeah, she has
twice over the summer. We talked about it, but this is the first time we were together and got noticed many times.
It was strange.
Yeah.
So I can't remember her name, but when she popped up in front of us, and she's, I thought that was y'all, and I just,
we were at,
it was awesome,
Queen City.
Yeah, we're in the Queen City,
and somebody just comes up, I thought I heard your voices. It was exciting.
Yeah, they recognize our voice. Of course, we're loud. You can hear us. I mean, neither one of us know how to whisper.
It's not a huge area either. The lighting, if y'all are listening, whatever you can do with the lighting, because it was tough to see.
It was hard to see colors. I know it's the venue. It's just that venue, but the lights were really, really difficult.
And a lot of places had their own lights because they were there the year before and they knew, but
and so they brought lights and that helped. And we used our phone. Well, we didn't this year. We did last year.
Yeah. We
usually have to use our phones this year, but just got everything.
We saw some familiar faces.
Yes, we did.
We saw Andrew.
Not Patrick. We're sure this time, Andrew.
I'm sure.
Y'all, that was so funny. We walked up to Andrew and Katie goes, "Hey, Andrew," and he looked at her and goes, "Are you sure?"
Yes, I am.
That was so funny.
She tried to trick me too. We were walking in. She goes, "Ooh, Patrick's gonna be here," and I was like, "No, it's Andrew. It's Andrew. I got this."
But that was so funny. We goes, "Are you sure?" I loved that.
I was sure.
That was great. We had so much fun. We really did. We're still bouncing off about it. Every time we see each other, do you remember da-da-da-da-da?
Yep.
It's just fun.
Lots of conversations.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of acquisitions to talk about.
Oh, yeah, y'all. If you saw our post on Instagram, You saw the picture of the back of my Highlander, the back hatch up, and we spread all of our wares out, all of our acquisitions. And
if this is the picture, that's my stuff. That's Michelle's stuff.
Yeah, Michele, I've been being so good.
She has.
And I kind of went wild. I bought 6 projects worth of stuff. So, yeah, plus 3 bags.
Of course, we have a bag.
Yeah, got to have bags. Because Julie was there. I got a bag from Andrew, and I got 2 bags from Julie from Button Jar Studios.
Who we talk about a lot. Yep.
Yeah, we've talked about her all the time because I always have projects in one of her bags.
Yeah.
And I bought 2 new ones. We'll show you in just a second. So excited.
And then we got out, and we were going to go eat lunch at our favorite Thai place, the Thai House. And they close at 3, and we were at 2:45.
Yeah, we look at the clock, it's 2:45, and
they closed it.
They close at 3.
So, but we found...
Katie Googled other Thai restaurants in Charlotte, and we found one right out of downtown in the south end of Charlotte.
Rayleigh
Thai
House.
And it's on South Boulevard in the south end, just outside of downtown, where I should be shot because I knew the Panthers were playing on Saturday in their first preseason game, but I had it in my head that it was in New Jersey. It was with the Jets. But no, it was in downtown Charlotte that afternoon. So as we're trying to go through downtown Charlotte to get to this restaurant, there's people all over town in tailgating and wearing jerseys and big foofy beads and boas, and I mean just all the stuff, weird stuff you see at a NFL game.
It was the wild
all over the streets, and we were just crazy. It was funny because I'd totally forgotten, and it's my job to remember that stuff.
Yeah, I don't even know that there was football going on.
Yeah, see.
How am I supposed to know?
Yeah, I know. I was supposed to be the one to remember that.
Yeah, she's a sports guy.
I seriously thought it was in New Jersey. I did. I didn't realize it was a home game for the Panthers.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
We made it. We're alive.
We did.
We found parallel parking that we didn't have to parallel into.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
It worked.
I'm not very good at parallel parking. I can do it if I have to, but
I lived in New England. I'm really good
you know
at
how
it.
to do it.
I can do it on both sides of the road.
And it was in my car. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, she was in my big old Highlander with that big old long nose. And if you're not used to a long car, I mean, that can be...
I drive a toaster.
Unnerving.
Box.
She does. She drives an Element, which is a box. It really does look like a big green toaster.
It does.
It really does.
We
are so babbling.
We are babbling.
We are, and we've been spending time together. We had a meeting today, science department, so we've been together.
Yeah, we've.
But we ate lunch together.
We did.
But you can't tell we've spent any time together because we're just going on and on and on and on.
Rambles.
All right, so how do you want to do this?
Should we talk about anything coming up first, so people that want to cut us off later can
still
get the info?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have several things we're trying to plan.
Yes.
The first one is getting our blog out. That's coming because now I'm done with school. We can focus on trying to do blog.
Because those of you who've been around know I don't do technology very well.
I've got the website done. We just need to start putting content out there, so we'll start doing that pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I'll post it below in our social. I'll go back and update all of our show notes with it, so anybody watching anything will be able to see
any
it.
of the old episodes.
So we're gonna get that done, and then our goal is to either make an episode or post content every week. So if we don't make an episode, the hope is we'll post content on the blog. So that's our first big project push out, so you guys can kind of keep up with this in written word as well, and then focus on getting better pictures for our Instagram. Yeah, because we didn't make a video or anything. We didn't take pictures with anybody this past weekend.
We did, and we weren't even. We were just in the moment and enjoying. And we until we got to the car and started and photographed the haul. We realized this is the first picture we've taken all day, and it was just.
I don't think they would have been so great in the dark. But maybe I could have edited.
Well, some people got some good ones.
They did,
because I saw them online.
But yeah, it didn't happen.
We were just too in the moment with everything that was going on.
Yes.
And having so much fun that we just didn't think of the pictures. We got to get better at that.
We do,
and we will. We're going to get better at that.
So that's the first thing. Then we want to do a live.
Yes.
And I think most people, the consensus is afternoons or evenings.
Evenings is kind of winning right now in terms of people who've let us know.
Weekends or weekdays? Is there a consensus?
No, that's kind of half and half.
evening. So if you have a preference, let us know. But in the next couple of weeks, we are going to start a new live segment that we're going to call, right? Are we calling it that?
Sure.
Project management. And essentially, it's we sit, we talk, we knit. The first one, we actually want to answer Kevin and Ray's question from Needles at the Ready about, do you get overwhelmed by your knitting projects? Because that's something we've been talking about. It's like, I've got 18.
We don't even know how many I have.
And for us, that's fine, but we want to have a conversation, a very candid conversation about it, to be honest. Just talk about how we decide if a project should keep going, how we decide what to cast on.
So we're going to do that. We're going to do that live. We're going to pull all our whips out and talk about
each one.
Basically, evaluate each one. We're going to do an analysis, project analysis of each of them, and decide what we're going to do with them. Do they go back into timeout? Do they just get pulled frogged and the yarn sent back into the stash? What are we going to do with it? Yep. And so I need that bad, because especially if you're just buying 6 projects and getting 2 in the mail, I've got to do something. I mean, I've got projects. My oldest one is only, I want to say 2 years old. I don't even maybe closer to 3. That sweater, that big raglan that I started, I think it's closer to, it'll be 3 this December.
Yeah, I think we talked about it on one of our first
it'll be 3 this December. And I'm on the sleeves. I mean, it's not like there's, and I got little old short dinosaur arms. It's not like it needs a whole lot more work. I haven't put any time into it. And that's the kind of thing we need to do, is we need to go through and manage our projects.
Yep. And a few of you have asked, like, how do you decide? How do you keep
people
up
have
with
asked
it?
us, how do you keep with your whip? And so we want to talk about that. Mm-hmm. And we've brainstormed all the way home about like planning pages. Mm-hmm. I mean, actual paper
that you could print off.
A design that that would help us with that project planning and help us keep track, and so we wouldn't have to go dig through the pile to find what projects we've got going.
And a free resource for you guys that you could use digitally or like print off and use. Just ways to help you guys be more efficient and effective.
All
in
of
your
us,
knitting.
all of us be more efficient.
We're already making the things. We might as well share them with you. That's our plan here.
We're gonna do it anyway, so we thought we'd share it. Plus, then we could just start a series of project management lives where everybody just bring your whips and we'll have a whip party. And what was it somebody called, a whip down party?
I think it's what
called it a whip down. And we'll just work on whips together and talk.
You guys ask questions, we'll answer them.
Yeah.
But it was funny. We thought of all this driving to and from Charlotte
on Saturday,
and then Michele was watching Needles at the Ready last night or the night before.
Night before. I was fine. I got behind with the start of school. I got behind watching my videos. So it's the one that, I mean, they put out 8 days ago, 9 days ago.
I think it's 10 by now. But
10 days ago. And I finally got around to watching it. And about 40 minutes in, Kevin started talking about how he had this huge pile. His corner of the dining room has this big pile of projects he wants to get started to and whips that aren't getting, and he wanted to talk about how the pressure that when it sits there and looks at you, and there's so many things you want to do, and there's so many things already on the needles, and what do? How do you decide what to work on, and what do you decide when do you decide to get rid of something, or decide to work on it versus starting something new, and all that kind of stuff. Plus, do you feel extra pressure
having a podcast? And
having to have something to show on a regular basis.
And then thinking about, like, this is supposed to be relaxing and bring us joy. Yeah. And is that still happening with a podcast? Or is that still happening with the amount of
as a kneader? Yeah. Being on social media. Yeah. Period. Feeling like you've got to, even without the podcast, feeling like I need to put this out there. I need to show this, and I need to highlight that.
Or the new projects or the new patterns that come out, and it's like FOMO and
y'all, I've been overwhelmed with the new stuff that I can't. I bought a new pattern today. I didn't even show it to you yet. I bought a pattern today.
She'll show us later.
I'll show you later. I got a email, and I was like, whoo, yes, bam, purchase, Ravelry, done. I'm ready to start. Do I have yarn for it? Probably, because I have more yarn than probably half the yarn shops in the country. I'm not exaggerating either. I could probably start a yarn shop, a well-stocked yarn shop with just my stash. And so God, I'm babbling. I am just.
You are babbling.
I am babbling. Okay. I've been like this all day. The kids were like, Miss Kessler, you got to stop. Take a breath. Something. You're squirreling all over the place. One kid said, now I see why you have so many squirrels in your classroom, Miss Kessler. Yeah, that would be why. People have been giving them to me for years. Focus. All right, so we're going to be doing the lives, the project management, project analysis.
More cast-on parties. Those kind of things. We want to do more lives just because we love doing that. That was so much fun. And we have time now. So, yeah.
So we do want to do more of that. Another thing is we're going to have our second annual experimental knit along or make along this fall. We'll start on Mold Day, October 23rd, and we'll go through the end of the year. So you can use it to, do any kind of holiday presents that you want to do, baby stuff.
We got a lot coming on, lots of babies.
Oh, not me,
us.
or her.
Just
God knows, I could go on Oprah and all the talk shows if I was pregnant.
Okay. Make us some money.
Write a book and let's go. No, I've got, I think I already talked about Kelly.
Yep.
Whatever. Y'all don't know her.
Former student
and best friend of my son, youngest child, is expecting in October. We just found out that our oldest nephew, on my husband's side, they're expecting in February. And so one's a little girl and one's a little boy. I'm so excited. Went to Hobby Lobby and got me some baby boy slanted, because that's how they're doing their, not because I think that all boys have to wear blue and girls have to wear pink. The colors of the baby boy nursery that his mama has picked. Got those kind of colors, and they just happen to be kind of coastal grandmother colors that are gonna, I'm really enjoying. And so I've got all that to talk about, not today, but in the future. I'm going to be talking about baby patterns, guys. So my experiment's probably going to be around experimenting with different heels and toes and baby socks. And I'll be cranking out some baby hats. I got some baby knit hats for. I'm so excited, y'all.
There's a couple at school too, so nobody we're gonna shout out, but there's a few at school.
Yes, there's a few babies that are being born to the staff. Yeah. But okay, so experimental knit along for gifts, for new techniques, for a new yarn. If you've not ever knit with alpaca, maybe that would be your experiment. If you've not ever knit a hat. Or you've never done brioche.
Or a certain person's pattern.
Or a certain type of pattern. Or if you've never knit it from the top down.
I think the thing we said is like the thing you've been wanting to try but have been almost too afraid of to try. Yeah. That was what we talked about last year. It's like pick that thing that you want to do it and do it. And if it fails, it fails, and it's an experiment. It's okay.
You're trying it. That's okay. That's what we want to do is encourage experimenting. For instance, I was doing 3 at a time yarn.
Oh, and those.
In the colorwork, in those colorwork socks. And I got quite good at it, and did a half a sock, and then I quit because I'd learned what I wanted to learn.
And that's okay.
That's all right. It doesn't have to be something that gets finished. It doesn't have to be one of those kind of projects.
It's all about learning. And
it's just about trying. It's about trying and learning something new, or getting something off your bucket list, knitting-wise. Any of that kind of stuff.
It could be a dyer that you want to work with too.
Something. Maybe you want to try dyeing. Maybe you want to try dyeing yarn.
Yeah.
Or making a bag. Or trying crochet and you've never crocheted before. Maybe you want to learn to do a granny square. There's all kinds of experiments in the yarn world. Drop spindle.
Spinning.
Maybe I'll do getting my wheel out and reinvigorating. I haven't spun in, how long has the school been open? 13 years? I haven't spun in 13 years. Since we opened this new school. And I took a shawl, just that purple shawl. I leaving it in my classroom because this new classroom was cold. I don't know why, but it's a cold classroom. So I left the shawl up there, and it's made out of all hand spun, not all mine. There's like 3 different yarns in this shawl that I spindle spun when I was first learning to spin. But the rest of it I just collected, but it's all shades of purple. I mean, that was the thing, it's all purples. I'll show it one day. But, because I knit it 20 years ago. I mean, was Michael even born when I knit that thing? Maybe Michael was a baby. We were living in North Carolina. It was before we moved here. it's old. But kids are asking me about it today. And I was talking about spinning. And they were like, what's spinning? And so I was like, okay, well, I'll tell you about it.
Have a conversation.
I have a conversation about spinning. So maybe you want to learn to spin. Any of that kind of stuff. So that's going to kick off in October. So I know that this is just, that's still 2 months away, 2 whole months away. But time passes fast on us. So just start thinking about what might you want to do. Because we're going to do that. Again, you don't have to finish it. You just got to try something. Yes. That's all that matters. And we're going to get our Ravel. This isn't my house, so we're going to change.
Yeah, I was about to say, we need to talk about Ravelry.
You talk about Ravelry. I need to drink.
Yeah, so we're going to get our Ravelry going. Gosh, why do I always struggle with Ravelry? Ravelry going. Our personal accounts plus our podcast account.
Yeah.
So we did last year when we did the experimental knit along, we kind of kept up with everybody in there. We did some giveaways through that. So our goal is to do Ravelry and Instagram giveaways. What about podcast? I think it was just 2. Because that's where we can see pictures. And
everybody can post pictures. Yeah, so that's what we want to do. So we'll do a hashtag on Instagram. I know hashtags are kind of gone by the wayside, but you can still use them. They're still active. And we can find your projects on Instagram through the hashtag. And then on Ravelry, we'll have a
forum.
A forum.
You can post your pictures.
We can post.
We'll have a whip and a FO, and then we'll just pick.
Yeah.
For one of those 2. We'll pick from the whips because both of us said this last year. Like, again,
we don't even need to have an FO phone. We just need one because we're not worried about finishing it.
So if you do finish, you can just post it in there and say, I finished.
Right.
That works. Yeah. So we'll have one thread for you guys to write on. I think it's a good idea. That works.
Okay. So that's what we'll do. So we need to start putting together prize packages.
Yes, we do. We have some.
We have a set of yarn from Pearls and Postulates, a sock set.
Yep.
And I know we have that. And we have a bag from Tammy's Homesteading.
And somebody at the...
Queen City Yarn
said that she
has offered to give us something for the giveaway. We need to contact her about that.
Yes, we do.
But so we're going to start gathering things together.
We'll see her in September.
So
there's an event that we're going to go to here in September. It's the Indie Craft Parade, but Queen City Yarns is going to be there. So if you're in the Greenville, South Carolina area, I love the Indie Craft Parade. I've gone many, many times, and there's a bunch of crafty people there, and it's fun to see what everybody's into. So if you're in the area, you need some yarny type things. Indie Craft Parade, September 18th, I think.
I don't know.
I wrote it down because I knew we'd forget.
Yes.
September 16th, my mother's birthday.
There you go. That's a month from today.
Oh, it is exactly a month.
Because today is my husband's birthday.
Oh, there you go.
Happy birthday, Philip. Not that you ever watch this. And tomorrow is James's birthday. Happy birthday, James.
But yeah, so we'll wear shirts again to that event if anybody sees us.
We will.
But we'll go check that out and talk to Queen City while we're there. But yeah.
Is that all the stuff that we were going to talk?
And there's one in here, remember?
Oh, yeah. Another thing, if you're local to us, if you're in the upstate of South Carolina.
Lofty Fiber, the Traveling Yarn Yogi, and Rose and Rose's Yarn and Fiber are doing an upstate South Carolina yarn crawl.
End of summer yarn crawl.
So August 26th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you join. You get a passport from your first shop, and if you go to all 3, you get a chance to win a grand prize. There's specials going on, which is always great. It's just
Easley, Clemson, Seneca.
Which is all kind of in a lines, straight through.
They're all on the same highway.
Make a day of it with pit stops for food from our great local eateries, and meet up with us 5:30, 7:30 p.m. at Kite Hill Brewing in Pendleton for a stitch night and the grand prize drawing. That'll be fun.
Right. It'll all end with everybody going to the brewery.
In the middle of all those areas. So this will be super fun. We're going to be there.
Yes, we're going to spend the whole day at it.
So this will be a good Saturday event for us. I'm actually really excited about this.
I'm assuming since they planned it, there's not a home Clemson football game that day. Yeah, that's the hope.
I would think somebody would have thought of that.
Yeah, surely one of them would have thought of that.
I love the idea of meeting up and doing a knit night after.
I do too.
Many yarn
I like
crawls
that ending in a knit night. That's cool.
Yarn crawls are usually over a few days.
Yeah,
this is just one day. Period. So this is kind of
and a longer distance.
Yes, so this is kind of nice. Something different. Yeah. Hey, experiment.
We will take pictures.
Yes, so
and we will have a video. Maybe we might even do a little live bursts here and there through the day.
Fun.
We could do that
on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that, actually. Yeah. They've been talking about it for a couple of years now.
They have, so they finally got it to work, and we're going to do it this year.
Okay, we've been rambling for 30 minutes.
I know, but we've done all the updates.
Yep. So that way,
all the admin things, as Kevin and Ray call it, the admin things.
And I feel bad because we usually do those at the end, and if you're not one to stick with us, you might miss those things.
All right, so now we did it at the beginning.
Yarn starts at 30 minutes for most people. All right. Let's talk about, do whips, because it's going to be a long...
Acquisitions is going to be long. Bag binge and acquisitions is...
I only have one whip, and I'm ended in the middle of the row, and I'm just...
I only have two. I've only worked on two things.
It has been, like we talked about last time, it has been...
Excuse me, Rachel, I'm leaving this.
Just a lot going on at school. It's not that it's difficult, it's just we have a lot to do. So we haven't been knitting a lot. Like I gave a test today, and I was still doing work for my next unit, so knitting didn't happen during the test today, which is fine. So we do have a lot going on, so our progress updates are not great, but we're still knitting, and that's all that matters.
Katie has whips this time instead of just an FO.
I have a whip. And I've talked about this one last...
Before we start with, should we talk about what I'm wearing?
Yeah, we should actually.
Since it's knitted.
It's knitted, yeah.
I mean, it was on a few episodes back. It's the Me Oh My Tea by Park Knits, right? Isn't that who did it? It's the Me Oh My Tea. I know that for sure, by Park Knits. And it's in the Summer Sesame. Is that Barocco?
Yeah.
Yeah, Barocco Summer Sesame. It automatically stripes like this. And it's got this tweedy texture.
It's like wrapped yarn.
Yeah, it's got bumps. Tweedy bumps all in it, like right through here. You can see the yellow. Those are actually bumps, so it feels like texture. And I know it's Park Knits.
It is.
I know it's Park Knits. Me Oh My by Park Knits. I'll link it in the show notes below. When you hit more and then more, it all filters in. I mean, it'll populate. So I'll put a link to it in there. But it's the Me Oh My Tea, little short sleeves, and it's cropped. I guess I better stand up if I'm going to talk about it being cropped. Excuse me for moving things and bumping things.
Got it?
Yeah. Okay.
There it is.
At least I'm not wearing leggings this time and y'all get to see my belly stick out.
I'm pretty sure there's like a image of one of our podcasts. It's this right here. Is it not?
I think so.
I think we did that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know that last week's the picture that they use on YouTube is me being headless standing up.
Oh, I need to fix that. I didn't change it. I made one.
It was me. It's me standing up showing off my May drop.
Yes, I'll fix that.
That I just finished. But this is the Me Oh My. You can make it longer. It's bottom up, so you can go as far as you want. No, it wasn't. It was top down, wasn't it? I don't remember now.
Honestly, I think it was bottom up because you have picked up for the sleeves.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think it was bottom. Well, look at is your shoulder seamed? Yeah, your shoulder's seamed. Okay. Yeah, it's bottom up.
It's bottom up. Yeah, it was because I wanted to go. I needed a zoom.
Yep.
Vroom.
Like immediately. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, but anyway, the link. I'm short-waisted, short-bodied. Everything I got short. It's all short. So.
Short attention span.
But short attention span. I didn't think about that. That's true too.
Sorry. We got some dad jokes today, guys.
Okay. Oh, laws of mercy. So I'm wearing it with high-waisted pants, and it covers it. I haven't had any flashing at all today because of the high-waisted pants. I love that look.
It's a good look.
So there we go.
Cute one.
I also realized I have a skirt that goes. It's kind of a rusty brown color. That'll look really good with this sweater. I realized that this morning. But okay, so I stood up and showed off Me Oh My. Okay, right, you do a whip.
Okay. I have showed this one before, and I'm working pretty hard on it. This is, oh goodness, sorry, I'm dropping things. The Marigold Tea by Winter Weather Knits. Joey, I remember this time. So this is, I'm in the middle of the row.
Pretty. It's a side to side.
Yes. So that's a sleeve actually right there. So can you guys see
see the pattern? It's so pretty.
So it'll block out. You'll actually tell that those are like
lacy stripes.
Yes. So that lace right there has 6 yarn overs in a circle, so they look like tiny little marigolds or flowers.
And it's going to be vertical stripes because it's side to side.
This is what it looks like from the side.
There's the sleeve.
So there's my sleeve. And this will block out beautifully. I'm super excited about it. But I am using. I have bands in the back.
She's really good at keeping up her
bands. I took the one out, but it is Irrationally Irregular. Was that it?
Yes.
By Pearls and Postulates. That's the light color. Okay, and we love Jessica at Pearls and Postulates.
Yes, we do.
She has some beautiful yarn. She does all the women in STEM.
Real women in STEM.
Real women, real STEM colorways, and we love them. They're great.
She's got a new one coming out, manufacturing engineer.
Yes.
Is getting ready. She's getting ready to show the colors this week.
And she did the chemical attraction tee, which we both loved. Scott Erlenmeyer last time.
That I knit. I was a test
So if you need a science themed knit for your...
That is a great one for experimenting because you learn how to do
ladder back jacquard,
and the intarsia, the round. I mean mohair, holding mohair with it. That was
using different weights in the same project.
Yeah,
that's a big one. You could do all kinds of things experimental with.
It was a great knit. I learned all kinds of stuff from that. That would be a good one to do.
I just can't pick. I can't find the yarn I want for it yet.
I basically had mine in my stash.
You did.
But that's a fun knit. That is a fun knit.
That might be mine. See if I can finish it in 3 months. The darker color here is Kim Dye's yarn, and the color is Smooth Operator.
Smooth.
And this has been quite challenging because I actually have 3 balls of yarn attached to this. So
yarn management.
Yeah, yarn management, and I'm carrying because it's just so much easier than having to weave all those crazy ends in. The 2 skeins that I had of Smooth Operator are different enough that if I didn't alternate them, it would show up. So I am alternating every 2 rows. I change the color. I finally got a system where, like when I end, they're on 2 separate ends, so I'm not carrying 2 of them up the same side when I do the lace part. This one's fun. As you're knitting, this stockinette section is in one size needle, and then the lace section is in a smaller size needle. Great project to use Knitting Genius with, which we talked about the last time I showed this.
And tracking your rows.
To track your rows and everything. But I am super excited about this. I'm about to start where you do the front right, the front right or the front left, and then you do the back right, back left.
Yeah.
And then they come all together on the other side. But and it's been so fun. I have loved this knit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one is fun if you want something interesting. That's a new thing for me. I've never knit anything from top from side to side, so I'm interested in, and I love vertical stripes.
Yeah, I haven't seen side to side knitting in many years. It was a thing in the 90s, in the early 2000s. We were all doing multi-yarn side to side cardigans where you switch different yarn, like the what shop?
The Rose. Oh wait,
what booth it was that had the bundles of the different kinds of yarns, like all dyed in the same kind of colorways. And I said it was like the 90s is back again.
Was that?
They had the big bundles, and it was just yards and yards and yards of different.
Oh my gosh!
Was that at Queen City?
No. It was.
But it was like a mohair and a tweed, and where they were all. It was a thing in the late 90s, early 2000s, where you'd have one colorway, but you'd have all these different yarn bases, and then we'd do side to side. Everybody was doing side to side cardigans. There's 2 in the closet right now, up in the top of my closet. I can't remember whose.
I can't either.
Booth it was,
and it's none of these that are shouting out at me.
Yeah, but
we did look.
But that was side to side was a big deal.
The Fiber Studio.
The Fiber Studio.
It was a preview because they haven't started it yet.
Yeah,
so
that's right. It was because it had that shawl.
Yep. Like
a shawl laid out that was done in
all the different
yarns, but all the same colors.
Yes.
That was a thing in the back then, and side to side pullovers with a big bat wing drop under the bat wing, and then the cardigans, side to side cardigans.
I've seen several patterns lately that are doing that too, so it's kind of coming back in.
Vest. I did a lot of those back in the day.
So there's a lot out there for it, but I highly suggest checking out her pattern. I have another one.
Winter Weather is just a really nice designer. She does some good stuff.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, again, it'll be linked in the down.
Check out her other patterns. I think I have 4 or 5 of them that I want to knit.
Yeah.
All right. Want to talk about 1 year?
I'm still working on my test knit. I know, Beth, I'm so behind, but I'm getting there. I've split for the sleeves, and I'm on the body part, going round and round and round and round. No increasing on this one, because I've done something. I think I worked too long. I think I must have lost count of my rows early on, and so I had more stitches than I should. Not too many, less than 20. for the whole circumference, and we're well over 400 stitches. I mean, yeah. So, it's a few stitches bigger. I'm not going to decrease them away. It's just made it, I'm going to have a longer drop, closer to a size 3 than the size 2 that I'm doing. I know it's what I've done. It's not the pattern, it's me. But you can see that. I can't wait to wear this thing. I really can't. See,
it looks like a sweater now.
It looks like a sweater.
Before it looked like a sleeve.
I could actually, if I had a bigger needle on the bottom, I could try, or put a cord on it, I could try it on. But you can see that it's going to be, I'm real excited about it.
It'll be cute.
So I've got like 4 more inches to do, and then the ribbing at the bottom, and then I got to do the sleeves. But
it'll be done fast.
Yeah, I'll be done pretty quick because this is all I'm working on outside of school. This is all I've been working on because I'm going around and around and around again. But I love this wool. I really do. It's really soft.
Cascade 220?
Cascade 220 tweed is what it is. And I don't know if they even make this anymore. This is old. This is at least 15 years old. That's how old my stash is. I got a lot of old yarn in my stash that I'm going to use up. I swear. But
well, you're doing better.
Yeah, I am. There's that, and then my other test knit for Beth that I haven't started yet, but it's not due till later. I've got my yarn is mostly from stash. The bulk of it is from stash. I did have to order some mohair, but
yeah, I didn't have the mohair for it. That's
okay.
Right.
Okay, you do your other one.
I literally just picked this up today. So I did talk about this. This is the front knot tee by Carrie Bloomer. This is a dark picture. I'm not sure it's going to show up at all. It's okay.
Yeah, that doesn't show it. There it goes. That's a little better.
Get the light in there. So you can see the knot down there at the front. So it's a bottom up. You start by knitting a strip sideways, and then you knot it together and knit the edge of that strip up. So I'll show you what I've got. Okay, let's see if we can. Here we go. There's my little front knot and my tee. Yeah. This is not expired. What's the word I'm looking for?
Discontinued.
Discontinued. Thank you. Discontinued yarn from Hobby Lobby. It was called Rhapsody, I think. I don't have the ball band, but this is a fun yarn. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's got yellow and blue wrappings in it. So every once in a while, there's this fun little wrapped area of yarn. And then you get these fun little things. I think I talked about this last time. There's this yellow line in here that catches my eye every time I knit past it. But I think the last time I showed it, I've done this many yards.
Whoops.
Rows. This many rows.
Then back and forth thing.
Yeah. And now I'm just knitting length. I actually put this in a bag, threw it on the table in our office, and forgot that I threw it in there. So I found it the other day. I was like, I need to be working on this. So pull this one out because it's again straight knit, so that I can do this in the classroom. So it's been in the classroom.
Zoom.
And then I haven't picked it up since I put it in the classroom, but then I brought it today to kind of work on. And I was like, I've just done a few rows. This is a great summer thing. Summer tee. She also has different versions, short sleeve, long sleeve. The whole thing is customizable essentially, so you can make it as long or short as you want. But I like this pattern. It's a fun one.
It is.
I might make another one of these just because it's different, and I like the way it looks. So that's my other whip. That's all I got.
Okay, I have one more. This is my at school NASCAR Zoom project. It's the Aster Tee by Pippin Pen, Megan Nodecker. Oops, I know I'm plugged in. Sorry guys, I gotta have the wire. But you can see there, I'm trying to do it without the glare. There we go. So you can see that it has that detail of the Aster stitch across the shoulders and the front, and it's across the back of the shoulders as well. And I'm doing it in Miss Babs yarn, Yummy. And this is the color Fog. So the body, this is the main color. And you can see I'm making progress. I should have I was about right here last week. I've done quite a bit.
You've been knitting
in the last week. Because I can do it in spare moments here and there, and I drag it around with me everywhere I go. And then the Aster stitch, each row is a different mini in different colors of blues and teals and stuff. I showed it last week, and I'll show it again in the future, but I didn't bring it out today. I just have it in the bag that I drag it around in school in, because it's Puff Stitch 1. This is from Jill. it has a shoulder strap, so I can wear it crossbody, and it has a wrist strap if I just want to carry it on my wrist, and drawstring. But it's divided. And see, there's do it this way. There's a zipper pocket that divides the sides, so I can have the project on one side and put my phone and notepad or my planner or whatever I need to put in there. A small one, not my big teacher one. But I can take it to meetings. I can take it to duty if I'm going to do it, my hall duty or lunch duty or bus duty or whatever, and I can knit while I'm there. But that's what I use at school. Again, that's puff stitch one. So.
What'd you like her? There's a coupon code.
And we have a coupon code. It's down below.
Knitistry.
It's the word Knitistry. And it'll get you 10% off of your purchase. So go see Jill. She's got she's done some really cool stuff lately. And she's trying out some new things. So give her a holler. I'm all confused now. I'm all tangled up. Okay, that's all I got.
2 lines. That's all we got.
2 whips. That's all I've worked on this last
But then it's been a week, so
it's only been a week. So
yeah.
those are the same 2 I showed last week. But I have made progress. You can tell. If you watch last week's and watch this one, I have made progress.
I mean, I made progress on something because I knit something. I only had an FO last week.
Yeah, she hadn't picked up a whip or cast on one either.
No, I did good. I'm going to let you just go and go and go because I've got two purchases to talk about. But when you get to the places you got your stuff, I'll pull mine out.
Y'all, I was bad. I was.
But we talked about this.
Okay,
Andrew said
it's not bad because I'm supporting local yarn makers and dyers and bag makers.
And you're helping the local economy.
I'm helping the local economy. Yeah, I don't think my husband gets that little discussion quite the same.
No.
Probably not. Okay, so I'm going to... Shall I start with what came in the mail?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I should say that my husband sent me to a yarn show with $60. He was very honest. He goes, I know this won't get you much, but it was very sweet.
It was sweet of him. I'm trying to remember where that one pattern is, if it's even
for your knit collage stuff.
No, I know where it is. I was thinking about for this one.
Oh.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I really. Oh, here. Thank you. I have to enter a code. I'm sorry. Please bear with me. Y'all know I'm never organized enough to be prepared because, why would I be?
So what are y'all up to?
Yeah,
How's your week been?
I'm so sorry. Glennis, that's it.
Oh, that sounds good, guys. You've been having a great week. I'm so proud of you. Did you get some knitting done?
She's filling in for me because I can't seem to get my act together.
What's the squirrel called? Crafty squirrel?
The crafty squirrel.
The crafty squirrel would be disappointed if you've done nothing crafty today. Go do something crafty.
No, what is it? No, it's not the crafty squirrel. The squirrel of...
Was it Judgment?
Judgment. The squirrel of judgment. That was it. The squirrel of judgment.
Have you made anything today?
I found it.
All right.
Okay. So this is the Glennis... there we go. Glennis Bandana Cow. It's available through Knit Picks. It was free I got it free for purchase. No, I had to pay a little bit for it. It's a paid for pattern. But can you see that stripe on it? Let's see if I can put up a better picture. I have been fascinated with bandanas lately. And see, there you go.
You talked about like 7 or 8 patterns a few weeks back.
I did. I was just on a bandana kick. And then this one came out and in the Knit Picks catalog, the last one, and I just went gaga for it. And so I, of course, had to order from Knit Picks. I mean, I had to order from them anyway. So I bought the pattern and this, which is Stroll Tonal in Pearlescent is the name of it for the main color. And then I got this Chroma in those colors. Tell me those don't look like me.
Oh, it's you all the way.
Yeah. Those are going to be the stripes.
I know she opened it and these two just said, Michele.
I know. Here, do me. I know we're not supposed to say that.
Yeah. Whatever.
Anyway, that it was probably actually going to go on the nails pretty soon because I think I would wear this a lot.
Yeah, you would.
So I love that. So that came from Knit Picks. Then I know I showed you all this before. My next test knit for Beth MacDonald Stone is another raglan, and it's chunkier weight, chunkier gauge, and so it's going to be a worsted weight. This is Malabrigo worsted. I've had it, it's periwinkle. I've had it in my stash for a very long time, and 8 or 9. I've got plenty of it, and it was waiting to be a sweater. Just didn't know which one. Well, I needed a mohair to hold with it, so I ordered this from Knit Picks. This is Knit Picks Aloft. They're lace weight mohair, and I'm going to hold those two together. So this is going to lighten up this. So it's going to look a lighter purple, darker than this, but it kind of
in between
mixes them together. And then the edges are to do in a doubled mohair held double, and so I got this purple. Can you see that? It looks almost black, but I got this purple, and that's going to be the edges of this raglan. I can't wait. This is one I didn't skein up. I've already got it skeined up, so I'm going to start swatching probably tonight. My husband's out of town on his birthday, but that is, I can't wait to do that all purple sweater. I know I'll wear it a lot, and I got to get it done because it's a test knit. While I was at Knit Picks, I decided that I told y'all last week about finding the knit collage 75% off at the Fuzzy Goat. Boom. There it is. I'm so excited. Look, this one, this rusty one, and then this plummy one, this purpley lavender one, are fabric strips, right? And then there's all these different types of textures and sparkles, and then there's this skein is in both of them, and it's got little thingies there. See the button that's sewn into the yarn, and there's a patch, little patchy thing, buttony thing, and I'm so excited. So these are going to all be stripes, and they're all bulky weight, and they're all going to be stripes on Tough Puff from Knit Picks, which is a wool, 100% wool, bulky. So they're going to all be on that mauvey gray, purpley kind of color.
Tough
Would that be pretty?
Nice.
Yes, I haven't used it yet. Katie has.
Made a hat or something.
And I can't wait to try it. And I showed the pattern quickly last time, if I remember right. Where is it? It's here somewhere. There's the Cottage Rose Shawl, Killer Queen, Kaleidoscope. There it is. It's the Kaleidoscope sweater by Laurel Gervitz. She does a lot of the designing for Knit Collage. And here's a picture of it. All right, so it's just a big, oversized, round yoke sweater, stripes on the puff. So that sample looks like it's all blues and purples, and mine's going to be a mixture of warms and cools. But I'm real excited to do this. I think it's going to be fun to wear.
It'll be fun, yeah.
And when we go to the mountains, we're going to have to go to the mountains in the winter just so I can wear the sweater. But so I have a place for it. But anyway, so those were my orders that I placed before the show that came. Then we went to the show. What order should I go in?
Well, let's just go through the order, because first we stopped at the Traveling Yogi.
Traveling Yarn Yogi. Angie and her Van Pearl camper van.
It's like a 15-passenger bus kind of.
But it's all completely outfitted as a yarn shop on wheels. And she was pulled up in the front and had some stuff displayed out on the sidewalk. And she sat outside, but you could go up onto her bus.
See all the things.
And see all the things. Which Michele did. Michele saw. Michele bought.
It was kind of weird. She bought everything before she even walked in the door.
Hadn't even paid to go into the show yet,
but we missed the Yarn Yogi last year, so we didn't stop because we had already spent so much. We were like, we'll do this next time. We were hungry.
This was Yarn Yogi. this was yarn.
There was a ton of things there that we both looked at and were like, "Ooh, I want this. Ooh, I want this. Ooh, I want." A lot of it was Michele because it was rainbows and brights and.
There's her sticker on the bag. I totally intend to put that sticker on my planner.
And we will see her in a few weeks for the yarn crawl.
We are. She's going to be at the yarn crawl. She's one of the shops of the yarn crawl. She's the one who's going to be in Clemson. So we'll do that. And it's Katie's turn to knock it out of the park at the yarn yogi.
Oh, yeah.
Because Michele just kind of did already.
Might be in trouble.
Yeah, we're going to be in trouble. All right, so.
Didn't say where in Clemson.
First thing up was assigned pooling. She had yarn for assigned pooling projects. Didn't I pull them up? I'm almost positive I did.
So like Dawn Barker. Of Barker. Is it Barker wool?
It's Barker wool now. A long time ago it was Chasing Rabbit Fiber, which I thought was the cutest name. Speaking of which, Dawn Barker has done a couple of
smaller
collaborations with Madeline-Tosh, and Madeline-Tosh just put out 2 of the collaboration colorways, and Dawn had a pattern that came out with it. This is one color called This'll Be Interesting, which we're in love with because it's green and purple. It's our colors together. And then the other one is it's the other new one is, what's the name of that one? I can't remember. Flora on Sand. Flora on Sand is what it's called. No, that's that one. What's this one called? That's the other. I can't remember. That's the other new one. The peachy with the purpley navy kind of gray colors with it too. Those are the 2 new colors in their collaboration. And the new pattern is called Summer House.
It's like a shawlette.
It's like a shawlette. There's 2 sizes in the pattern, but it's designed from one end to the other, so you can make it bigger. But you can make it with 1 skein. Actually, 50 grams will make it the small version like this. And the stitch pattern is just, why is that not? There we go. You can see the stitch. Again, it's the Aster stitch. I seem to be hooked on that lacy background. And so that's the Summer House pattern, which you can get on Ravelry or Dawn on Barker Wool website. But this is from Madeline-Tosh. They're doing it as a kit where you get a link to the pattern. No, you had to buy the pattern yourself. Pattern's not included, but it does have the collaboration wool on it. Okay, so that's about assigned pooling, but I think I didn't. I must not have pulled the patterns up.
We've talked about
them, assigned pooling patterns in the past. So I intend to do. No, I got the pattern for that. It came with. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it was a free one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called The Bright Side by Lori B. And you can see that instead of being florets or asters or whatever you want to call the flower stitch, it's more of a stripe, like a raised dash, dot and dash kind of pattern. So you can see, there it is up close. It's called The Bright Side. And it calls for just 1 skein of the assigned pooling yarn, which this is. This is from Cozy Color Works.
There was 30 of them she had pulled out, guys.
Yeah, I pulled them all out, but look at these colors. So I'm all excited about the dark purple dashes on that pinky purple background. Well, then we go inside. This is from outside the van, out of a big bucket. I dug that out. And then we go inside, and I fall in love with Yarn Snob Brushed Alpaca. Surrey. Right? It's 75% brushed Surrey alpaca and 25% mulberry silk. So this is gorgeous. I fell in love with this color. And then Katie goes, well, that would look awesome held with that other yarn.
What do you guys think? Like having the assigned pooling focus on this, but then having the mohair in
there.
Yeah,
and so whenever this color popped up, it's going to look different every time it pops up because it's going to have a different color of mohair held with it at that point.
All those cute.
And then I'll have a couple hundred yards left over of this
sure.
one, and I can make something else with it. But I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about that. So that was the first thing I picked up with Katie's help. And then
I was enabling.
She was enabling all over the place.
I just enabled.
And then we found this set of minis.
I think it was outside as well, like right next.
I think it was too, in the bucket next to those. Then there was a bucket of Emma's Smalls from Emma's Yarns, her minis. And you know, I love Emma's Yarn. I love Emma and her family.
You love minis.
And I love minis. And I love purple. So all those loves intersecting in one place had to come home with me. Mm-hmm. Right? So, oh my God.
Of course.
Don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but they're mine. And then we saw this bucket full of slub. Mm-hmm. And we both seem to be on a slub kick lately. Well, this one, I love the colors.
It's a beautiful color.
It's a beautiful color.
If she didn't buy it, I would have.
Yeah, it was coming home with one of those. But see, look at those gorgeous colors.
Show those darks, yeah.
Yeah, see those colors? That's just so pretty. And then when we saw that it was Old Soul Fiber, our friend Sam's yarn that you can't get anymore because she's not dying anymore, we had to get it. That's why one of us was going to buy this yarn. Yeah. This had to go home with us. But I'm thinking it'll be a great cowl.
I'm hoping that they have some of those mystery bags with their yarn.
Yeah, we didn't get one. She had...
Well, we talked about it, but they had like 1 skein and 2 skein mystery packages for like $35 for 2 mystery skeins.
2 skein and a prize.
And
had a prize.
And a little something in it.
Something.
But she said there might be some more Old Soul in there, and that would be kind of fun to get. But I love. I think we've always loved Old Soul Samantha's yarn. Like she has a beautiful.
And it's not just because we know her. And
it's just good yarn.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. She has the best color sense when she picks yarn for her colorwork sweaters. Yeah. They're always. I mean, I just drool when I look at her sweaters. Love you, Sam.
Always does the Rhineback sweater, and then
she's always one of Andrea Mowry's test knitters. She and Danny, who owns Black Mountain Yarn Shop, they always do test knit for Andrea's Rhinebeck sweaters, and they did that tessellated.
Yeah, it's pretty.
She did the vest. Sam did the vest, and Danny did the sweater, did the pullover, I think.
I don't know. I thought they both did full sleeve.
Oh, did they?
I don't know. But
why do I remember vest? One of them did a vest, and one of them did. I might be thinking about, but I know they did it. Yeah. Tracy Miller of the Grocery Girls has been working on the tessellated vest. Oh no, they both did long sleeves. Yeah. It just looks so pretty on them. It does. And they both have good color sense. But Sam just boggles my mind how good her color sense is.
Detail.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Yeah, but we love Sam.
We do. So we had to buy that yarn. One of us had to have it. So yeah, I was already buying stuff, so I got it. And it's going to be a cow, I think, because it's got my coastal grandmother vibes going.
It does.
I think that's what I'm going to do. Well, then she had a sample knit up. That was one of the best things about the Yarn Yogi was she had all kinds of samples knit up. And
we'll talk about a pattern that we picked from her stuff too later.
Well, she had an example of talking about Dawn Barker and assigned pooling still. Her calico shawl, which I think was her very first assigned pooling. Sure. It was one of her first assigned pooling patterns, and as you can see, I have it in my library and have for quite a while. I have yarn for it already in other colors, but this Cozy Colorworks again that Angie had in her van, and okay, I had to. You should see this knit. I should have taken a picture of it knit up. Yeah. I really should have, but it's turquoise and yellow flowers popping up on that hot pink background. I loved this thing. I drooled all over that sample shawl. Mm-hmm. And then she pointed out that there's a skein of it right there. That's what I used. So, yeah.
She's a good saleswoman.
She really was. I fell right into her trap. 1,100 yards in the skein. So, yeah. That's going to be so fun to knit.
Yeah.
That'll look good in the spring. Bright colors when everybody's tired of cold weather, ready for the spring.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay, and then I got one more thing from the Traveling Yarn Yogi. It's actually a set for the Spring Sampler Shawl. It's a kit for the Spring Sampler Shawl. See how it's got like vertical stripes. I haven't even looked at the pattern yet. I'm sure that it's knit side to side, but it ends up looking like vertical chunks, real color blocky. And look at these colors. Can you say Coastal Grandmother? Yeah, those are my colors. That grayed out medium tones.
You'll see them again and again as she goes through the rest of her stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was totally... Once I got this bright out of my system and got these bright colors, I went all Coastal Grandmother the rest of the day in purple. But this is out of the cotton Sandus Garn Liney. I think they say Liney.
L-I-N-E, but yeah.
It's spelled L-I-N-E, but it's, I'm trying to find it. I know it's cotton and linen. It's 53% cotton, 33% viscose, and the rest of it's linen. And, and the knitting place, they knit a lot out of this yarn. Their summer tops and stuff. So I was wanting to try this yarn anyway. And then when I saw this kit and a shawl and my colors, it came home with me.
Yes, it did.
Obviously, it came home with me. So then we actually went into the show. And we got recognized and people saw us and we were having so much fun with that.
We spent the first 10 minutes right there at the door just talking to people about our shirts.
Yeah, our shirts and showing them our podcast. Katie, quick like a bunny, whipped up a QR code so that we could show people and they could just
immediately start following
take the picture of the QR code and go straight to our YouTube channel.
We talked about business cards. First of all, we would leave them. We would forget to bring the business cards. I can tell you right now it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But second of all, it's like, I don't know, all that paper and then they're going to lose it anyway and just...
I think the QR code makes more sense.
Yeah, I think it's just perfect.
Because everybody knows how to do a QR code.
Most, if not all phones now just do it automatically.
Yeah, you just open your camera up
and it works, yeah. So you don't even need a reader anymore. But yeah, it worked really well, actually. We showed several people the QR code. And
yeah, we had 8 or 10 people.
Yeah, it was a good
good number who
scanned the code.
Scanned the code. That's the word I was looking for. Couldn't think of it. Okay, so then we went inside.
Yep, and we looked at a few places. Like we checked out the Fiber Studio. Didn't get anything there
this year.
Yeah, I think the first place we really bought from was Queen City, right?
Yeah.
As we went around.
That's what I'm pulling out now.
And we looked at all the places.
We went all the booths.
But yeah, we looked at Yours by Design, which was a little bag place. They had some pretty
beautiful bags.
Neither of us got any. We both talked about it. We were like, "Oh, we should get one of these." And I think by the time we made it back around to do that again, we were just done.
Yeah, we'd worn out.
We were actually hungry.
Yeah, we got hungry. We waited too long to eat.
We did. A little hungry.
There it is. I found it. Okay, well, then our next stop, we said, was the next place we bought something was at Queen City Yarn. Mm-hmm. And they're out of Charlotte. We've talked about them before and shown purchases from them before last year. But Queen City Yarn is based in Charlotte, and I
bought those yarns at their Guild Market in March when I came back. Yeah,
and I bought from them last year.
Yep. So we've done them a few times. Yeah, they've got great yarn.
They really do. Well, they've entered, and all of their bases are named after neighborhoods in Charlotte, things in the area. And this one is named. This is their newest yarn base, and it's named Coleman for the Coleman neighborhood. And it's a silk linen blend, 65 silk, 35 linen, and DK weight. It is so nice, and they're so smart. They had them hanging up one skein at a time in a line, in a row of like a rainbow of all their colors. And I'm sitting here going, this could be a combination, and this is a combination, and this is a combination.
It was so smart. Like if you wanted to like take them off the little hooks and move them around,
which I did.
And you could just it's beautiful.
Oh, they really
wonderful.
Were.
Wonderful job.
Let's pull. No, that's not what I needed. The wrong app. I was going to pull up the pictures I took. Okay, here we go. So they were hanging up one end of the rainbow row of Coleman. Had these yarns.
Coastal Grandmother.
In that order. And I went, oh, yes, please. I need this. The next one right here. No, this one. The next one. No, it was this side. Next to the beige one. They had a coppery color. It was really pretty. I almost got 5, but I really was thinking about just the 4. Do you remember the name of that pattern? I have it somewhere. Oh, I know where. I've got it pulled up. It's on my Chrome tabs. The 100. I don't have 100 yet. It's only like 48, 50, 60, somewhere there. I cleaned them out, but now we're filling back up. But these 4 colors and this silk linen blend are going to be... Oh, by the way, while we're talking about the rainbow,
this one end.
This was the other end of the rainbow. Isn't that just
pretty?
Oh, that's so pretty. That just screams fall. So I took a picture of it just because it was gorgeous. And
well, she was thinking about buying more.
I was.
But we'll see her in September. You'll buy more then, I'm sure.
This is it.
Yeah. So we had seen this at the Fiber Studio. They had a version called, and it's something gradient
this way comes.
Another pun.
Something, instead of something wicked this way comes, something gradient this way comes. And they have it in gradients. So see, there's the neutral one that caught my eye that I just absolutely loved. Okay, that's where it's called Something Gradient This Way Comes by Damie Hunter. I have seen patterns by her before, but this is absolutely cute. Let's see if we can find the other colors. There's up close, so you can see that it's like striped. There's the one that has speckles and tonals together instead of just all tonals. This one, this is the same one I showed with the neutrals, but here it is all out, so you can see it hanging out. It's the shape of it and everything. It's just so pretty.
It's pretty.
And it's DK. It calls for DK, which is what is the weight that this is. And the Coleman is. So
almost bought some of that too.
Yeah.
For another project we'll still talk about later.
Yeah. But I got that for that shawl. And then, didn't I get... No, I only got 2 of these. This is purple. Y'all. I'm in love. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. But, I forgot to tell you how many yards. There's 245 yards per. So, I might could get a tank top out of it.
Yeah, you might be able to.
Or a shawl. Obviously, I could totally get a shawl out of it.
Oh, yeah.
But that purple, I had to have.
It's very periwinkle, like your test knit.
It is. It's very much that purple. I could even, if there was some left over, put it with.
You could, yeah. Yeah, a little pop color.
Yeah, but I love, y'all, I wish we had squeeze-a-vision. And you could reach out and touch the shine. See the shine? It is just the yummiest stuff. I can't wait to knit with it.
And it's soft. It's not scratchy like normal linen can be.
I can't wait to knit with it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Okay. I need talk amongst yourselves. I got to clear space.
So, what TV shows are we watching? Only Murders in the Building is back. Definitely watching that.
I know.
She needs to watch it. Tell her she
I really do. I know I do.
Zach and I watched the second episode last night. Yeah, she's not going to watch it. Football's starting.
Football has started. I can't. I have to. I'm desperate for football.
Is it Paul Rudd? Is that his name?
Yes, Paul Rudd's in it.
Yes, he's in it.
And Meryl Streep is in it.
I think there's a few other
seen a bunch
key
of
players
ads
that are coming in, but I think Meryl Streep and Paul Rudd are going to be like prominent through all of it.
When she talks about, she was in the original version of Little Shop of Horrors, but they called it Eat Me Seymour. It's in the promo.
Oh.
And she's telling Martin Short's character, she says, I was in the original version of Little Shop of Horrors. Of course, that was back when we called it Eat Me Seymour. And he looked at her and she goes, oh, I mean Feed Me Seymour. And I just crack up every time I see it. It just tickles the crap out of me.
It is such a good show. Oh, it's
such
a good show.
I know that I would enjoy that show.
You would.
I haven't gotten started.
It's murder, mystery, comedy, and podcasting. Like, come on.
It's all the things.
All the things.
All the things.
Zach and I are pretty sure it's going to be the last season. If they haven't already announced it. Like, how many more murders can they cover, right?
Oh, I can think of lots.
Well, the whole thing is like, it's only people who've been murdered in the building. How many more people are going to be murdered in the Arconia? It's already 3.
I think it's pretty cool though. You can make it work.
Maybe they'll figure it out. But I think
Where did we go next?
Look at the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. Sorry, Dora's getting in.
I know. Her, because she grew up on it. Me, because my kids.
No, I did not.
Did too.
Blue's Clues, not Dora.
Oh, that was the map was Dora. It was not Dora. Dora had a map.
I'm the map is Dora.
Yes.
Blue's Clues is we are looking for Blue's Clues.
We are looking for Blue's Clues. We are looking for Blue's. Okay. You don't want to hear us sing.
Fun or something like that.
Where did we go next? Y'all, I'm losing my brain.
We didn't go there. We didn't buy anything at Fairy Tale Yarns. I think Patrick.
God dang it! Did you hear Andrew? She just called you Patrick.
Andrew, I think is where we went next. But we did. So we met a couple of people.
We ran into people who stopped us.
Well, when we were in Queen City waiting on checking out, 2 of the girls in there
recognized us.
I say girls, and I hate doing
that.
They're
young women.
Well, but even then, like the pronouns thing. I'm sorry if that's not what you. I try to be more, but I didn't even ask. And
yeah, we didn't ask.
But
we just talked.
2 kind of fans. They were like looking at us funny. You could tell.
And one of them said, "Do y'all have a podcast?" And our YouTube channel. She said YouTube channel. And
we talked about it, and she was, I knew I recognized you, but like I couldn't figure out where I knew your face from.
Yeah. And then that's when one of the owners of
Queen City
said, well, I knew you looked familiar.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. And they were telling us about some yarn at Andrew's that was it a cotton blend? Is that what you got?
Yes, it was. It was cotton, straight up cotton.
And thankfully, there was some left because Michele wanted some. So when we got over there, we were worried it was all going to be gone, but there was still some. But again, we walked over and I called him Andrew, and he asked me if we were sure, and I was sure.
He's so funny.
Very sure.
He's so funny.
First of all, this is one of his bags.
That's when she went to the craft market, the Charlotte Craft Guild thing at the brewery.
Yeah, Petty Thieves Brewery.
Petty Thieves.
So, and his bags are great. The inside has got pockets. There's this pocket on the outside.
Yep.
Nice little pocket on the outside.
And there's pocket inside.
There's 2, I think, actually. Yeah, there's 2. It's separated pocket inside. So there's pockets on the inside. Great little bags. And I love this fabric. It's got like these copper moths on it. I just love how they shine.
I know, isn't that pretty? I ordered, after she got that, came home with that, I went to his website and ordered a couple skeins of yarn. Diversity. I knew it started with a D and had an S in it. Diversity. And a firefly bag in purples, of course, purples and charcoal.
It's a good one. Yep.
Well, we hit up Andrew.
Yep.
You want me to go ahead and do my Andrew and then you do yours?
Yeah, that works because I've got yarn from.
Okay, I had to have a new bag from Andrew. Look, y'all, it's rainbows and diversity and magic mushrooms. I mean, really. Seriously.
It's cute.
Had to have it. So it's got the pocket on the outside, and this one only has one pocket on the inside. It's one big pocket. But the inside is the mushrooms, and the pocket is also the mushrooms. No, the pocket is the diversity print. Pocket is the diversity print on the mushroom lining. But it's, again, Squish-A-Vision. Not insulates. Interfaces. It with nice thick interfacing.
Yeah, it's just it'll sit.
And it's so well done, y'all. The zipper is just perfect.
It sits straight up.
It really does.
Like when you have that zipper open.
New bag. So this bag 1 of the 3 that I purchased this trip.
First bag binge.
First the bag binge.
He said he's going to be somewhere this weekend.
He is. He
it was
had
like
on
a parade. Okay, I'll look it up while you talk about your yarn, and I'll talk about my yarn.
Okay. Here's his sticker. This is his logo. You can see that. He also has learned how to do resin stuff.
No.
A friend of his is doing it. And he thought it was really cool. And so they did some resin stuff where they took yarn and put it, the Pride. He's going to do the Charlotte Pride thing.
Yes.
event this weekend.
I don't think this will get out before then, but if it does, go check it out if you're in the area.
If you're in the area. But look at this Progress Keeper.
So there's like yarn.
It's his yarn in the middle of it. Isn't that the prettiest thing? I'm so excited about that wadded up piece of yarn in the middle of it. And then these rainbow stitch markers.
You know Michele had to have those.
You had to have rainbow.
There was rainbow earrings she almost bought too.
I did. They were on longer chains, and I don't. This is about the only colored earrings I wear are these trees with the stones that Michael got at a market somewhere and gave them to my son. But I got stitch markers and the Progress Keeper. I'm gonna put this on a necklace, I think, and wear. Look at this thing. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so pretty.
That's his yarn.
His yarn's inside that resin. It's so pretty.
So pretty.
Yep. And then the cotton yarn.
Yep.
He has it in this base. It's the fingering base. It's 100% Cupro cotton. 464. Look, 464 yards. Look at that glossy, shiny, drapey beautifulness right there. This is going to be. Last week I showed you the Cottage Rose shawl. It's a one skein shawl pattern that just came out from Alice Dunn Smith, who's also, I forgot what else. Something, I can't remember what the name of her Instagram is, but she's Alice Dunn Smith on Ravelry. But here's that shawl. With that those textures on it. I'm trying to see if I know there's a close up there. So you can see the textures, stitches in it. I'm going to do in this. I think that'll be gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. So, it smells so good. Andrew, I didn't smell it the other day. Smell that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it smells so good.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Wordy Dird coming in. So he will be at the Stitch and Bitch at Petty Thieves today, so that really doesn't have you. But Saturday and Sunday at the Neighborhood Market with CLT Pride, 12 until type stuff. So there's where he'll be this weekend. So maybe we get this out by Saturday. Somebody in the area could go on Sunday, but there's where Andrew will be.
Yeah.
If you need to go
he has
see
the
him.
cutest little booths and all the things he sells. All right, the other cotton yarn that he has started doing is a DK.
It's like the same thing, but it's just...
It's 100% Pima cotton. This was
Pima.
Cupro, and this is Pima. And
he's gotten those cotton yarns that take great, color great.
That's
beautiful.
There's my purple. I can't help it.
It looks more tonal in person than it does on there. Like you can actually see, you guys can kind of see it coming through there.
Yeah, you can see it. It's shiny and drapey, and it's 218 per. So I'm figuring I can get a shawl, maybe a tank, which smells good too.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah. So I hit cotton up at Andrew's.
Okay. Outside in the bus. You're done, right? I thought it was all of yours from him, but I want to make sure.
Yeah, it's all from Andrew. Yeah.
Outside on the
Pack
bus,
check.
or outside of the bus, they had Angie had some samples that she had.
A lot of samples.
So when you go see her, she's got all the samples.
It makes you want to do all the things.
But this was there. Oh,
That's not good.
That's terrible. Come on. Oh, that's as bright as it'll go. Oh, no. That's the back. So it's got this nice big back panel. And then the front. So this is the exact one that she had out.
Yeah, and the color of the panel is also the color down the sides and on the end of the sleeves, which are like 3/4 kind of things. Yeah, that's Angie's. That's the one we saw.
So this is it.
That's the original pattern.
But when I pulled it up,
it's Kimberly McAlinden.
A hug for you.
A hug for you, EWE, like a mama sheep.
So we pulled it up, and I was like, if I have seen this before, there's no way I would have thought to make it just because of the pink. I mean, I wouldn't have thought. Even this one, it's just not. I don't know. But seeing it in person, I was like, ooh, I have to make it. So this isn't the final, but I'll talk about it. It's DK, and so we're at Andrew's looking at yarn.
And she had been looking for DK for that pattern.
For that specific pattern. And I thought about doing the Coleman.
Yeah.
But I think it would be too heavy, really.
Cotton would be heavy. That needs to be floatier.
Yeah.
If that's even a word.
And I liked this one from the moment I saw it the first time I went there. Zeus is a nice Grello gray yellow color. There's some like very Hufflepuff. There is, yeah, definitely Hufflepuff. There's some purple that kind of specks through there.
Yes, it pops out of there. That's just gorgeous. And he's so good at colors.
So this was, no longer will be, this was going to be the main color in A Hug for You. And this was going to be my contrasting color.
So pretty. It looks good on the screen, but in person it is just
it's a
luscious.
Yeah,
it's so pretty.
They look really kind of good here too, and in the dark they look great together. But the purple that's in here, I think,
it's not the same purple. It's
clash.
Bluer. It's bluer.
So
it's
it would
not
clash.
That red.
I would not enjoy it because it would clash so much, and I would realize it. My husband is like, "You're a Pollock." No, that's not true. But
Jackson Pollock.
No, Pollock as in Polish.
Oh.
They don't know how to wear clothes.
That's offensive, but okay.
I'm Polish.
No, she is Polish.
And I really do put stripes and dots together and things.
I like stripes and dots together.
I know. My dress is, he picks my clothes out for me, people.
I know. He's an artist.
He does.
He has issues.
I've always been bad at putting things together that don't get to go together, like colors and stuff. So I'm good now. I've gotten better because I've seen what he's done.
She's good at it.
But the colors clash too much, so I found something else later on that we'll talk about. But I got those.
I can't wait to see this knit up.
I know.
I
was thinking a shawl or...
I get 3 skeins. You could do a sweater in 3 skeins. A short sleeve sweater.
Yeah, I could do something. But
yeah.
Well, this will come back. All right. Where did you go next? Julie.
Oh, we went to Julie's next. It's on the back of my chair. Button Jar Studios. And y'all, if you've watched one of our episodes, you've heard us talk about Button Jar Studios, about Julie. And I specifically went for this one. Y'all,
it's
look at
velvet.
This. It's velvet. Y'all, I can't even tell you how good that feels. Can you see the sheen? It's velvet, and it's backed in the fleecy, fuzzy wuzzy like a sheep. And then has leather handles, and the lining. Get ready. Look at the lining. I'm just so excited. Those pockets are that squealy wiggly stuff, and it is so yummy. It's an upholstery type fabric, like you would expect to find on a chair or a cushion, a furniture cushion of some kind. So you can hear it. It's got texture to it.
It's pretty.
This is what I was going for.
Yeah.
I even texted her. I said, "Do you have any sheep left?" She says, "I'll save you one." I said, "No, that's okay. I promise I'll get there in time to get one." And so I have this baby. I need to name her.
She did have quite a few left when we were there.
She has a name.
Yeah,
so she'll have them in her shop. I'm sure she'll put them back in her shop because those have sold really well. I saw several on Instagram that people had bought and were showing on their accounts. Well, then she had this one that she has not put online because it doesn't photograph well. And we saw that if you look at our shot on Instagram, it doesn't really show up.
So we're hoping the video will. Oh, there it was. Look at that.
See that shine?
It's like fireworks coming out.
It is. It's chrysanthemum fireworks. I'm not sure, but it is yummy, yummy. It also is a velvety type upholstery, and it's that shine is just yummy. And this is the fat bottom girl style. And look at what she lined it with. That is so lovely. This is just a lovely bag. I don't know any other word to go. And of course, it does complement my coastal grandmother wardrobe.
It does. It goes great with it.
So yeah, that's the fat bottom girl style. And I think she had a few more of those.
She had at least one.
Yeah, there's at least one more when we left.
But, so we're not sure.
And she's going to put whatever didn't sell at the show, she'll put online.
It might be a little while, though.
It might be. She's going to be at the Rhinebeck stuff. She's going back to, what's the one beforehand? It's one of the before shows. We'll figure it out, and we'll talk about it again. Rhinebeck's not till October, so but she'll be there at one of the markets there.
That was your next one. That was your next one, Meridian Millhouse.
Was it, or was it? No, we finished at Robbins.
Yeah, we finished at Robbins.
Robbins was last. Okay,
we did this.
You want to do the setup for Meridian Millhouse.
Oh, yeah. I think we looked at their stuff last year. So they have a lot of natural base or undyed yarns as well.
All of their bases are named after towns in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Loved that part.
Had a ton of yarn. They even had 1 pound cones of color.
Yeah,
that were
like for weaving.
Yeah. But they had a milled ends section, which we've talked about milled ends before. Because I buy Primrose's seconds, milled ends, kind of. So sometimes there's like a little spot here or there that's not quite right, whatever it may be. But they were having they put them on their website, so if you see something you like, you might be able to get it there. But
they told us you could go back to the website.
But once it's gone, it's gone. That's it. But they have the milled ends. They're 50 grams, aren't they?
Yeah, these are 100% fine merino, light worsted, 145 yards, 50 grams.
Yep. For
it's very soft.
$7 a piece.
$7.18 a skein.
Okay.
For 145 yards. They're $7.18.
That's worsted. I think she
and
said
it's worsted.
that.
It's light worsted, so like a heavy DK, light worsted. So
we pulled out all the colors.
And I had a coastal grandmother attack. See the colors? It's so yummy. It's so soft.
It is very soft yarn. Like whatever they do,
again,
is...
squishability.
Yeah.
It should be a TV thing. Isn't that just the most gorgeous thing?
It is pretty.
So pretty. Not a clue what I'm going to do with it. But I've got
all the colors.
7 skeins, 7 colors, 7 skeins, 145 yards each. So 700 and 280 and 35. So 315 plus 1,000, over 1,000 yards of that. It's a something striped, but it's so pretty. I just could not help myself. So there is that.
Well, and for $7 a piece,
that was.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so yummy.
They also do bare yarn, so if you want to try to dye yarn, they sell that as well. And I think.
And I went on and looked at their website.
Mm-hmm.
Their base yarns are. Okay, I'll find it. Just one sec. There it is. It's meridianmillhouse.com. We'll put a link below. But they've got all their different bases.
Yeah.
And, Banner Elk, Belmont, Blowing Rock, Carborough, Chapel Hill.
Yeah, lots of them.
Charlotte, Raleigh, Chimney Rock, Dillsboro, Fayetteville. I mean, there's just tons of them. And they're all different blends, different structures. They've got scallopy, what's the scallopy looking one's called?
Oh, I don't. You said it.
Brain. I said it at the show the other day.
Yep.
Boucle.
Thank you.
It's hard getting old. All right, so I bought some bare yarn at the show. They're
Are those also milled ends?
Slightly imperfect is what they're called. But they're 100-gram skeins, 370 yards of fingering singles. So I got 3 of them. They're so soft. And I love singles, but this will give me, and I got a bunch of single skeins of single in different colors, so I was thinking I could use this as the base for a striped sweater.
I thought you were going to do it with the other stuff that you got at Robin's.
Oh, I thought that is an option. When I bought it, that was my thought, was I was going to use other singles as the different colored stripes.
Yes.
I've got several stripe patterns I have saved and marked and craving. So this is fingering, where this is worsted.
And that was the same price, by the way, $7.18 for the seconds or slightly imperfects.
Yeah, this 100 grams of fingering was the same price as this 50 grams of worsted. So
check it out.
Yeah. Then we went to
this one, but I don't remember their name.
Oh, that was the
Cardinal Woodwork.
Cardinal Woodwork. That's right, Cardinal Woodwork.
We're not showing this.
We're not going to. It's a little risque. It's it's a male body part with wings.
It's a flying flip.
We had so
Use
much
your
fun.
rhyming.
We had so much fun. We got giggles, so we had to each buy one. So
they have.
I'm not going to show it in case any kids are looking.
You're literally showing it.
Sorry. You can pause it and blow that part up and see what it is. But it's the whole male body part with wings. Oh, I did it again.
I could see the backside. It was the backside. You saw there was no line.
You can see the shape. So we got tickled, and they also have. Okay, they said they're going to Rhinebeck this year, so I'm not sure, but
because you had New York stitch markers.
Yeah, they had all the states. They had Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and then New York.
Yep.
They have interchangeable crochet hook set. Each of us almost got.
Oh my gosh.
It's where all the different metal that hook ends and they fit into a hand turned base.
If they had them in the cork, the handle in the cork that they had, I'd have bought them.
Yeah.
It was like $75 for the set.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. And it was beautiful weight. It was it was nice texture. So the next time we see them, we both may cave because that was just, they were beautiful. But yeah. So
and of course the tickles. But they have some great they do
last year Katie got
dogs.
Mm-hmm. She got her little dachshund.
They're basset hounds, but they look like dogs.
But they look like our dachshunds. They had corgis. They had corgi faces and they had
corgi butts. They needed to get corgi butts.
They didn't have corgi butts, or I'd have gotten a set of corgi butts because I have a thing about.
They have
corgis.
the make one lefts, make one rights.
Yeah, every letter in the alphabet, all the numbers. I waved that around too much. But let me pull a pattern. All right, talk about Robin.
Okay, so Robin's Promise. We have been to Robin's Promise several times. The first time we really got introduced to it was when I went to I guess it was the end of last summer. We went to Williamsburg, Virginia, and there was a yarn store, and I believe her name's not Robin.
No. Is it Angela?
The owner. She owned the Flying Needle in Williamsburg and had just sold it when we saw her at SAF later that year.
Yeah, last year.
And so, of course, we went over and she asked us how our science teacher friends were doing, and we had some conversations. Yeah, but the way they organize yarn.
It's awesome. The way
beautiful.
They do the
yarn.
By
color, they use those hanging cubbies. And so if there's the same weight or the same color in different weights, the top is the smaller, the bottom is the larger, and then but it's beautiful.
It's just like
rainbow.
Yeah, walking through a rainbow. It's just the prettiest display, and they have lots of samples, which is what gets me every single time. If I see a sample that I fall in love with, boom, I got to do it, and that's what happened this time. I had a boom, got to do it moment. So
I'm gonna be able to find her.
I'm gonna
name. Do this way.
Let's go back to this.
So they had samples all over, and a few that we both are like, oh, I wanted to knit this. We love this, but this is the one that I think.
Let me find it because it was actually it's in Ravelry as one of the projects, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
No, I don't know.
I thought I remember seeing it, but okay, never mind. We're just going to go back to where I was. Okay, Secret Garden. All right, the Secret Garden sweater by USCHI. Uski. Maybe it's Uski. But it's the Secret Garden sweater. Again, I'll put it in the
show notes.
Drop down. But and the one they had was a creamy background for the main color, and the gate portion, I'll show you just a second on the side, was in a royal blue, a bright navy kind of color. And then behind it, the color changing or the variegated yarn behind it was this purpley break of day kind of color, like and they called it, not periwinkle. It's the name of a flower.
Oh.
It's getting ready to come out. They hadn't released it yet. So it's in one of their new colors.
Yes.
That's why they had it done up in a sample. And I loved it. I thought it was so pretty. So I started looking for colors. And I ended up with this.
Raisin in the Sun.
Can you see the colors in it? How it changes? It's not a tone. It's not a solid tonal. It's actually a variegated, but you can't really see the variegation very well.
Image, yeah.
But that's going to be, think wrought iron gate, and behind it the sunset. Isn't that pretty? Look at those colors. And it's one of the pheasant yarns colors. It's pheasant feather. This is pheasant feather. That's all of this is fingering. 100%. No, it's superwash. 75-25. 463 yards and 100 gram skein. And that's what I'm trying to do. So that's the gate on top of the sunset colors, and then the neutral main color. Possibly this color that I got from Meridian. So again, there it is. This is a one of the projects, but that's my colors. That's why I picked it. So you can see it's the Secret Garden sweater by Ushchi.
It's pretty.
Here's Eleanor Mortensen. Okay, Ushchi must be the woman who that was the project. Eleanor Mortensen. This is the main page of the actual pattern there. And that pinky background in there, that's the kind of color that the sample was in, with the blue, that bright navy as the wrought iron over the top of it.
Yep.
But I just thought this would be
pretty.
The way to go.
That'll be pretty.
I think that'll be pretty. I'm still thinking that I might want to go with more of a grayer tone, a light, real pale gray instead of that bright beige natural color. But I hadn't decided. But that part is a definite. That's going to be my next color work sweater, because I'm in love with this pattern, this sweater. And I'm done.
One more. So
I'm done.
I already own this yarn. I know I do. I've got it at home. So I pulled out these in the better light of Robin's Promise, and I saw that purple, and I wanted them to go together, but when I saw that, it kind of broke my heart, and I was like, I don't know that I could do that and be like, this is what I want. So of course,
but this is going to be something really, really pretty.
Yeah,
this is going to be something really, really
straight
pretty.
Straight up Hufflepuff that I want to make that.
Oh yeah, that'll be pretty.
It's a DK again. This is 2 birds in the hand, and I know. Oh no, this is Pheasant Eye. The base is 2 birds in the hand. 100% superwash merino, 231 yards, 100 grams. So this is the panel in the back,
and that's the side, the body.
I'm going for a color theme lately because a lot of things are this orangish purple thing going together, and no, it's not for Clemson. I just like the way they look together. So like.
Yeah, so this strip up the back and the edgings are going to be this, and then this is the wings. It's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then we saw one of the projects somebody's doing of this, where the pattern actually has you do panels and then sew them together. She's doing intarsia. She's doing all the panels at one time and just twisting the yarns as she goes across.
I'm going to do that.
I think that's cool.
It's easy.
Yeah. There's your experimental, doing intarsia.
So I wanted to cast this on like immediately, but I need to finish another project. That's the whole thing. We'll talk about it for our whip thing.
Here we go.
But
what do we do? Do you finish a project? Or do you go ahead and cast on? Because I could seriously sit down and cast all this stuff on.
Oh, I have bags of yarn.
I have a big winding party.
Yeah.
And away we go.
It's all sitting in my yarn room, like ready to go.
I can't wait to do that. So I just showed 8 new projects.
You did.
9, counting the new test knit. 9 projects worth of yarn. Or more.
2, I guess, because
technically 3. No, 2. You're right, 2. I way outdid what I was supposed to do, but I won't be buying yarn for a while. I promise.
August 26th.
Yeah. Well, okay, I forgot about that show. I'm not buying any new yarn until the next show, which is in 2 weeks. Oops. Oops.
Oopsie daisies.
I will tell you that this, I'm going to do a little wanna do. We saw this sample. It's called the Ben Susan Shawl by D. O'Keefe. Okay. Yeah. See that stitch work? That's so pretty. But what was really pretty, there's another picture, different color, different project. We saw it. I took a picture of it. I know I did. The yarn, it was at, what was the name of that place? They do woolens. What was the name? We walked around. I don't remember who it was, and it's not on the tag.
It's the
Find them.
fairy one, wasn't it?
Nope. It was
Like this is the front, so this is the back.
Knitting Notions. Wasn't it this one? Or it was here on this corner as we came around.
I can't read either of those. 25. Ellen Cooper's Yarn Sonnets, or 26.
It was Fiber. It was Fiber Sisters, Spirit Fiber Works, I think.
Okay, 58. No, because they were in the corner
No,
here. We
that
didn't
was,
go in there.
but it was across.
Are you sure it wasn't Friends and Fiberworks? Because they do the same thing.
It was Friends and Fiberworks.
Friends and Fiberworks.
It was Friends and Fiberworks. She's right. But look at that color. They call it cypress. It looks just like a cypress tree. Mm-hmm. That's gorgeous, and that's that Ben Susan shawl. So that's in the. I like that texture. I like that a lot. And then something else. Did I have something else from the show? No, the other things were things that we ran over later.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about any of those?
Just one. It dropped today. Minami, we talk about her all. Minami Knit Design. We both talked about her a bunch. She had a cardigan that you could wear button in the back or button to the front called the Pyramid, a short sleeve cardigan. Last year, I want to say, is when it came out, or the year before. I can't remember, but I loved it. But I didn't want to do the pieces and do it as a cardigan. I wanted it in the round, and she had posted on her Instagram that she was planning on doing it in the round. It done. It dropped today. Look at that. Can you see that texture? That's not showing up real well, but it's ribbed.
There you go.
There. See how ribbed it is on the sleeves and the.
It's pretty.
It's got that little bit of a wide neckline and that detail going up and down the front, the twisted rib that we love so much. Mm-hmm. It is. Let's see if it shows a picture of the back, because the back looks real similar. No. Yes. Okay. There's the back. That doesn't show up very well. I'm sorry, y'all. I would say I'm usually more prepared, but we all know I'm not.
She's not.
I'm not ever prepared for anything. I go by the seat of my pants, everything I do. There, you can see the detail of the back. It's in sport weight, like DK. Mm-hmm. I am all over that right there.
Sorry about the pattern.
I already bought pattern. I mean, I was sitting in class. The kids were working on their banners, the Innocence Project banners in forensics. Excuse me. It's a project where they each pick a case where someone's been exonerated, and they do research and they fill in this banner thing that they color and cut out and put all the information in a picture, and we're going to hang them in the hall to advertise the Innocence Project and what it does. InnocenceProject.org. If you've never heard of the Innocence Project, they do fabulous legal work for pro bono for people who have been wrongfully convicted, and they follow it and they stick with it for however long it takes, and they've gotten all over the world helped people who have been wrongfully convicted. And anyway, so that project, they're working on their banners, and my phone kind of buzzed, and I looked and I had an email, and I'm like, bam, 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 mine. And one of the kids said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm buying a pattern."
Buying knitting stuff.
I'm buying a pattern. You do your work. So yeah. All right, I'm done. Okay. I'm done.
Okay.
I am totally done. Do you have anything?
I have 2 WANNADOS, but I don't think I sent them to you.
Did you send them to me?
I did.
Oh yeah, one of them I know.
So Barnyard Knits does, I think it's about once a month. They do like a 20% off sale of everything in stock. And one of the things that she had was slub yarn. And I've been wanting to do...
We've been looking at...
We have. Let me see if I can make this. I think it needs to be just a little brighter. So this is a pattern that I found for slub yarn.
And now we both want to do it.
Yeah. This is the Iris Raglan. Rachel Ramo?
Ramo is what I would say. Maven Crafted is her Instagram handle.
So that's a slub version. And then there is...
When you look at the smooth version, you can really see the details on the sleeve.
And I like slub. So I did get slub to do this. And you can do short sleeve, you can do long sleeve.
There, that is the best picture of the raglan.
The Iris Raglan.
it's got that cabling detail and the eyelets down the raglan. Oh, that's so pretty.
It actually will be here tomorrow, but I bought some barnyard slub to make that. So super excited about that.
And what colorway did you get? What kind of colors are in it? I know you were going to show it.
They're
like
lighter
greens,
colors,
browns,
whitish. I looked at several. I wanted pheasant, but there was only one, and I knew I needed more. It was a very dark greenish.
Pheasant is such a pretty color.
But there's only
I have 1 or 2 skeins of it somewhere.
Caramel Dream. And
that's right.
It's like whites and browns and some pinks thrown in there, and I'll show it next time.
It looks like a caramel crunch ice cream.
Oh, it does, yeah.
It really does.
So I'm gonna do that one, and then this one. This is Flutter by Kate Oates. Have we showed this? Like, I feel like we probably have, but look at this cute little cardigan.
It's really pretty. And the band is built in. The front band, you knit as you go. It's not a pick up and billion stitches and knit it. It's really nice. Kate writes a great pattern.
So this is mohair and slub? Yes, mohair and slub. And that's why I found it, is because I was looking at patterns for slub. But it's super cute. Really I want to make this one. So that's on my WANNADOS too. So that's two WANNADOS that I have yarn for at least one, and I'll get more slub.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do that. I'll buy some of our trip
in August. I have 1 skein of slub that I need to find something to go with.
The one you just bought?
Mm-hmm. The old soul fiber, which would make great stripes on that fingering cream.
Yes, it would.
That would be, that would be pretty.
That would be really
ideas. Pretty. Here we go again. Popping all over the place.
I think that's all we got.
We're almost at 2 hours.
How did we go only a week and still have 2 hours worth of things to say?
Because we went to a yarn show.
That's true.
That would be why.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, is the plan to try to film again next week, or wait until 2 weeks?
Why not?
We'll try.
We're also going to try and schedule the live.
Yeah, one night.
Not in the next week or so, but we'll pick a day and then we'll tell y'all when we film next. Mm-hmm. Probably next week.
If not, it'll be the week after. It depends on what happens. You guys know us.
Oh, cruddy buttons.
What?
August 26th. Is that when the yarn crawl is?
Yeah, I think so.
Philip wants to go to the mountains that weekend.
I guess I'm yarn crawling alone.
I'm sorry.
Darn, I got a yarn crawl without you.
I was going to enable you.
I'll enable myself.
Yeah, that's the weekend he wants to go and look at land in the mountains up near Boone.
I'll go without you.
If we don't go, I will go with you.
Okay.
But he's just now getting around. He's driving, and for those who don't know, he had his knee replacement done almost 4 weeks ago. He's driving himself. He drove to Georgia today and has spent the night in Georgia, and
driven himself to therapy.
He's driving himself to therapy. I've been booted out of the therapy process.
Does that bother you?
Not a bit. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all to have to rush home and drag his out. Of course, he has had no traffic problems. Every time I went with him, it took us an hour and a half to get home.
Yeah,
30-minute drive, 25-minute drive. And because of traffic and rain and all the other stuff, he's had perfect drives. He gets home in 25 minutes. Same time of day and everything. It's just me.
He's got the luck.
He does. I was jinxed.
Yeah.
But so I'm trying to. He's been locked up, and so I want him to choose with some things for us to do.
Yeah.
Because he's been locked up and I've been going. So.
We also talked about doing a knit night, but we had to figure out where to meet and all that kind of thing, and figure out how many people would actually meet.
Yeah.
Because we went to the Lofty Fiber one on Thursday nights for a few weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. We missed the last 2 because that's when Philip fell.
Yep. It got a little crazy there. But is it just going to be the 2 of us sitting there knitting? It's not a problem. But if you guys are local and want to do it.
Yeah, if you live within,
however much you're willing to drive.
However far you're willing to drive. If you live in the Easley, Greenville, Anderson area,
and you're interested
in doing a knit night on a regular basis, maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, whatever we can figure out, and and if we have enough interest, we'll find a place and we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Might be the Lofty Fiber. It might be a coffee shop, something somewhere. But it's one of the things that we've been wanting to do. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
If y'all can hear the buzzing, that's my husband calling. My phone is buzzing.
So we should wrap up so she can talk.
I'll call him right back.
Yeah.
He's just telling me what hotel he's in.
Yep.
Which I already know, but that's okay.
And just make sure you know.
Just make sure.
Yeah. So let us know about a knit night, and then if you prefer weekdays or weekend evenings for the live project management session that we're planning.
Yes, project management. Because sometimes project management means casting on new ones.
That is true. It could be all kinds of things.
All kinds of things.
It's all the projects we're managing.
That's right.
Even if they're not started yet.
That's true. Well, oh, y'all, this is bad.
It's okay.
It's bad.
But I think it'll be good for us to talk about.
We had so much fun.
We did. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
It really was.
Oh, but all right, we need to wrap up.
We need to wrap up, and we'll talk to y'all in a week.
Probably about a week.
Probably, but if not, it'll be 2 weeks. But probably 1 week. So keep an eye out for us, because we'll be back.
Yeah. We get to come back more.
We do. So in the meantime, knit periodically. Bye.